Hey, everybody, we're doing a new thing. We're doing the rewind reel. So we handpicked this episode because we thought that there was tremendous value. Check it out, re-listen. It's always good to sharpen the what?
The rewind wheel, the brain, the sword. What? Oh, it's back. It's back.
Hello, Mr. Craig.
Hello, Mr. Jason.
We brought the bell out we're doing a little throwback here. Towards the end of the first season, we're going to share some of our favorite episodes, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And old Tommy
Boy.
Boy.
Got today?
Tommy Boy
That's
Breedlove.
right.
This was one of my favorites. Yeah, love.
Yep.
We love Breedlove.
Yep. Really cool. Really cool. So we don't want to spoiler alert. But he went through some craziness, and this is a dude that you would never have thought would have made anything of his life at a young age. Yeah. And the most unlikely people help him catapult basically help him change directions and really help change his life into something now that he serves. It sounds like he's changing hundreds of thousands of people's lives. He came out with a killer book called Legendary.
Yeah.
And this is one of those episodes that made a huge impact on me personally, just because it's a killer story of what kind of impact we can make with our lives in our our past stories, right?
Right. And we could bring a lot of our old baggage and then use that as an excuse for not making things happen, or let's end that chapter and just move forward. You can always, it's a new day, right?
That's it. You either use it as the excuse or you use it as the experience that led you to where you are today, and use that as
fuel,
almost encouragement. Yeah.
The fuel.
Well, let's jump into it.
Let's do it. Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes podcast.
Boom!
And
how you?
Yes.
I love that. Boom! Whoa! Greg and Jason in the house.
Tommy Breedlove, welcome to the Insurance Dudes. It is awesome to have you here.
Thanks, Insurance Dudes.
For sure. Just fresh off a book launch a few months ago. Perfect timing on that. So
getting a bit of better time to go on a book speaking tour.
Yeah. We're going to get out in front of everyone.
But here we are, man. Just grateful to have written it, candidly.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Why don't you tell us how you got to the point where you are, where you wrote this book, and then it's awesome. We'd love to hear the story.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was a financial industry guy for almost 20 plus years. Oh. And it was in public accounting, financial consulting, not financial advisory. So think corporate consulting, mergers and acquisitions, things that probably put your audience to sleep by just me saying them. But I was in that career for like 20 plus years and grew up real humble beginnings, south side of Atlanta. I'm going to do the real quick version of the story, and was slated to be the first person in my family to go to college. And unfortunately, I grew up in and around abuse of all kinds and violence. And unfortunately, when I was scheduled, I had a half a ride to the University of Miami, a full ride to the University of Georgia. Instead of going there, which was my intention, I started running with the wrong crowds, doing the wrong things, and became what I hated. I became that violence and anger. And at 18, committed a violent crime. And so I was looking at 7 years in prison, believe it or not. And luckily, it was dropped to 2 heavy misdemeanors, but did spend my 19th birthday incarcerated. A gentleman stepped across the racial aisle, which is unheard of in those institutions, to mentor me and show me some male mentorship. Said, look, brother, you don't belong here. He called me young blood. He's like, young blood, you don't belong here, man. And so with his help and mentorship and truly love, something I needed in my life, I dusted myself off, picked myself up, and put myself in community college at night and worked at a nuclear waste container factory during the day, and eventually ended back at the University of Georgia and graduated an accounting degree. And I literally went from a jail cell to Deloitte and Touche in 3 years. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Just nuts.
Wow.
And here comes the part where Legendary and the author in the book came about is I thought being from humble beginnings, and I'm the first guy to tell you money's important. So that's not what I'm saying. But I thought that money, power, fame was going to fill my cup. Like the American dream, we didn't grow up with that. So I'm going to go achieve it. And I did. And so there I was at 36 years old, junior partner in a big firm in the Southeast United States, international firm, and thought I had the corner office, shiny cufflinks, fancy suit, nice car, girl in my arm. And when that didn't fill that void inside, I turned to everything else. Think like the Wolf of Wall Street. And I'm not even joking there. And literally found myself waking up in a ditch one day, half dressed in downtown Atlanta. I was probably doing some multi-million-dollar deal or audit 3 days before, and literally looking up at the sky thinking, man, how the hell did I get here? Why am I here? What's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? And so seriously though, I really went and I have to say this real quick. I might or might not have been going through marriage counseling at the time. Who knew, right? Because literally I was doing everything wrong that you could possibly do. But I remember one of those counselors saw something. He said, Lude, you are closed. You can't feel. You're just this competitor and conqueror and trying to fill a void that nothing's going to fill it. And he goes, there's a place in Tennessee that can do more for you in 7 days than I can do in 10 years. And I heard him. And so I went to this place in Tennessee, man, and they cut me up open, like literally emotionally and mentally for 4 or 5 days and put me back together for 3. And that started me on this transformation. And what it was is it was still that little boy who just wanted to be seen, heard, and loved, right? But now when that power and money and fame, and I turned to all the darkness. So I went on this journey of how do I be more self-confident, greater self-esteem? How do I shut that voice off in my head that's constantly telling me I'm not good enough? And what if they figure out you don't know what you're doing? We've all got that stuff in our head that talks too much. If we talk to anyone else, like we talk to ourselves, no one would be our friends. And so I literally went on this, and I never intended on leaving the financial world. But when I made me my full-time job, and I literally started working out my emotional muscles, my mental muscles, my physical muscles, to be just a good human doing the best he can. And like Eminem says, with the real Slim Shady stand up, with the real Tommy Breedlove stand up. And when I did, the most amazing things started happening in my life. My marriage became the best it's ever been. My network 10x'd. My income doubled. I went from junior partner to senior partner to international practice leader. So I was elected to the board of directors at 39 years old. By literally working with mentors and coaches, but also doing this internal work every day that I still do to this day. I'm 10 years in, I still do the internal work. So we focus so much on the outer game. I was working on the inner game as well. And so this is when my life changed forever. There I am, top of the world at 39, man. And I never plan on leaving it. But all of these entrepreneurs, executives, bankers, lawyers, insurance people, not kidding. I know a lot of insurance people. Said, hey, man, I don't know what you did, but, I want some of that. And so I just started doing it voluntarily, like working and mentoring people a lot older than me, people younger than me. And then literally this playbook, I said, I've got to leave and go do this calling because people just kept coming and coming. I was like, this mindset, relationship, and business coaching, it's a way of life. It's a calling for me. And so I started doing that. And when I started seeing statistically these simple things that people could implement in their lives to have better relationships, better mindset, more confidence, but doing that without compromising their ambition, that's how the book Legendary was born. And I'm super, super thankful and proud of it. And so it's a lifetime journey. So thank you for that 5 minutes of letting me tell you how the book was born. And so I appreciate that, gents.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to do write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now. Live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our Live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right.